Yo, what's going on, guys? It's S1 here. I wanted to make a quick settings video because when I first started the game, I was stuttering and my frame rate was atrocious and the game was almost unplayable. The two big mistakes that I was making with regards to my settings optimizations were actually that I didn't have enough free storage space on my SSD. So I didn't know that you needed 10 to 20% free storage space, because apparently the game needs free blocks to be able to write memory and to work smoothly and efficiently. And nobody told me that, ever. And then the second big mistake that I made was that I was trying to run it on my system with 16 gigabytes of RAM, and this game was just not handling it at all. So as soon as I upgraded my RAM to 32 gigabytes, and it really wasn't that expensive, probably cost me the equivalent of $20. But yeah, after I upgraded my RAM and I freed up some storage space in my SSD, the game's performance was night and day. I don't get stuttering anymore. The frames are okay. I mean, I've turned the graphic settings up a little bit now, so because I had everything on just low, and it was still pretty much unplayable. I dropped down to like 4 frames in some cases. And then in terms of in-game settings, first of all, I'd say play in full screen mode. You get a tiny bit of a performance bump. And I'd say play in the resolution that's native to your monitor. And I leave VSync off because it gives me some input latency sometimes. In terms of graphics, I'd say definitely use upscaling. I'm on AMD, so I'm using FSR. And I like to put it up to 100 because otherwise the game just starts to look quite blurry. It does definitely give you a noticeable increase in frames though. Frame generation I leave off because it gave me tons of input lag. Graphics quality is just the overall quality of the rest of your graphics down here. Global illumination definitely affects your performance quite a lot. Depending on where you are, it does make a big difference to visuals, but I just leave it on medium because if I go any higher, my frame rate tanks. View distance is also quite graphically demanding on your PC. It's very CPU intensive, which is why I keep it on low, because my CPU is starting to get pretty old, and it will make a noticeable difference in your frames. Anti-aliasing isn't too intensive on your PC. It makes sure that some of the edges aren't too sharp, and it just kind of makes the game look a little bit prettier overall, so I leave mine on medium. Post-processing, I didn't notice too much of a difference when I changed it. There definitely is a little bit, but I noticed quite a big increase in my frames when I turned it down, so I'm leaving it on low. Shadows are usually quite demanding on your PC, and again, my CPU, so I keep it on low. For textures, if your GPU has enough VRAM, then it can handle higher settings. I've got 12 gigs of VRAM. It's like the only thing on my computer that's actually all right, so I can keep it on high. Effects, I would say, has like a moderate usage on your system. I could put it down to low just to save a couple more frames, but I do like seeing nice effects, and I haven't really gotten a proper chance to test it out in game yet. Foliage is also generally pretty demanding on your PC, so I also just keep it on low. Soon I will upgrade my PC so you guys have something prettier to look at. But yeah, most of everything else here is just personal preference and key bindings. And the last thing worth mentioning would be to disable motion blur. You come all the way down to accessibility, visuals, and then right here is disable motion blur. But yeah, that's about it. I was having those issues, so I thought I'd just make a short video on it. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Aswin. You're amazing, and have an awesome day.